Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, I just seen the Breakfast Club. Jimmy popping all that bull. I be seeing Jimmy talking about, we Gucci boo boo. He in the Gucci store talking about, we Gucci boo boo. The Black King they was going fuck up. Jimmy, they was like, Marita Monero.
When 50 Cent sends a warning, the whole rap world stops to listen, and this time, it's Jim Jones standing right in his line of fire. It all kicked off when Jim got slick in an interview, throwing shade at 50 and questioning his street credibility. He said something like, a lot of these dudes be acting tough for the cameras. We know who really outside. That one line, it lit the internet on fire. Fans instantly knew who he was hinting at. Because if there's one rapper known for being both business smart and battle-tested in the streets, it's Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And everybody knows, 50 don't let disrespect slide. Within hours, 50 clapped back. Classic 50 style. No diss track, no angry rant, just a cold-blooded post on Instagram that froze the timeline. He wrote, "Some of y'all better chill before I remind the city what really happened. No tags, no names, but come on." Everyone knew who that was aimed at. The timing, the tone, the message, it all screamed, Jim Jones, watch yourself.
I recently saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
Yeah, that's my young boy.
big hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my
right?
era, in my era too. I mean,
So to
well,
be compared-
yeah, let me
That young kid out.
He was young and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade.
Fans went wild in the comments, saying things like 50 about to air somebody out, and Jim better chill before 50 start dropping receipts. Because when 50 says remind the city, he's not talking about lyrics. He's talking about real-life stories that people don't want brought up again. 50's the kind of man who moves with precision. He plays chess, not checkers. So when he sends a warning like that, it's not for show. It's a shot fired loud and clear. That warning went viral in seconds. Every hip-hop page, blog, and fan account had it on repeat, saying 50 just switched back into full villain mode. Even people close to Jim were allegedly calling him, telling him to fall back fast. Because this isn't just some random rap drama. There's real history in play here. 50 and Jim been circling each other for years. From those old Dipset versus G-Unit tensions to behind-the-scenes industry politics. And even those quiet street rumors that run deeper than any song ever could. But here's where it gets crazy.
So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94, 93, I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
This ain't 2005 anymore. 50's not just rapping. He's running empires now. A mogul, a producer, a boss in every sense. When 50 speaks, the world listens. So that warning didn't just hit Jim, it shook the whole culture. People were like, damn, 50 got more reach now than ever, and Jim's still out here talking reckless. That's why this time it feels different. 50's not acting like a rapper defending his name. He's moving like a man who can end careers with one post. Jim might have thought it was just another slick line to get clicks.
He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that and Camp be that, and looked at, and it was finally, he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you gotta watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh, he really like that. Hey, give me this, give me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it, because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going, for them, they had records that were, look, I always said it's just certain artists, I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment? Like, Fat.
But once 50 fired back, the vibe changed instantly. The laughs stopped, the memes slowed down, and suddenly everyone was asking one chilling question: what does 50 really know? And when that question starts echoing through hip-hop, you know something big is about to explode. To really understand why 50's warning hit like a thunderclap, you gotta rewind the clock, way back to the roots of that G-Unit versus Dipset tension. Back in the early 2000s, New York wasn't just leading hip-hop, it was hip-hop. You had 50 Cent and G-Unit running the south side of Queens, and Cameron with Dipset holding Harlem down like a fortress. Two powerhouse movements, both loud, flashy, fearless, and both determined to prove who really ran the city. These weren't just rap crews, they were movements. G-Unit had that gritty street hustle, bulletproof vests, mixtape dominance, and 50's ruthless business mind. Meanwhile, Dipset had that Harlem flavor. Pink minks, luxury swagger, and unapologetic confidence that made the culture move. Every time one side dropped a hit, the other side came harder. But beneath the surface of the flashy videos and interviews, there was always that quiet battle for respect. Ego, pride, and territory all mixed in one boiling pot. Jim Jones, being Dipset's loudest soldier, made sure Harlem's name stayed loud in every conversation. He always made it clear, Harlem's energy hits different. But see, when you talk about survival, nobody's story compares to 50's. This man got shot 9 times and turned it into motivation. He went from the block to boardrooms, turning every L into leverage. He didn't just rap about being real, he proved it. That's why every time Jim throws shade, fans look at it sideways. Because deep down, they know 50's not just another rapper, he's a built-from-nothing icon. Fast forward to today, and the contrast couldn't be sharper. 50's a multi-millionaire mogul, running hit shows like Power and BMF, owning liquor brands, producing films, and expanding his empire across continents. The man moves like a boss who controls multiple industries. Meanwhile, Jim's still trying to stay viral, hopping from podcast to podcast, dropping slick comments about other rappers to keep his name buzzing. And that's what makes this moment so powerful, because 50's not even playing the same game anymore. When he speaks, it's not about clout, it's about dominance, legacy, and reputation. So when he tells the world, I might remind the city what really happened, that's not just a post, it's a reminder of who he's always been. And that's exactly why the culture felt this one so heavy. Because everyone knows when 50 starts talking in code, somebody's about to get exposed. Now here's where things start heating up for real. After 50's post sent the internet spiraling, Jim Jones tried to play it cool. But you could tell he felt the pressure. He jumped on live, laughing it off, saying people were reading too deep into what he said, but his energy told a different story. You could see that unease in his face, that little flicker of, did I mess with the wrong one this time? Fans weren't buying the act either. They flooded the comments saying things like, Jim's scared now, and he know 50 don't play. Because let's be honest, when 50 aims at you, he doesn't miss. He's the king of calculated clapbacks, and he never forgets who throws shade his way. Then came the twist. Rumors started flying that 50 was about to expose some unreleased info connected to the old G-Unit and Dipset circles. Some insiders claimed 50's got old footage, private convos, and stories that could shake up more than just Jim's image. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. This wasn't about rap beef anymore. This was about reputation warfare. Hip-hop blogs began buzzing with headlines like 50 Cent loading receipts, and Jim Jones might have poked the wrong bear. The streets were watching closely, waiting for that next move. Because with 50, silence is never peace, it's preparation. Jim might have thought it was all fun and games, but once you trigger someone like 50, it's a whole different battlefield. The internet's on edge now, waiting for 50's next post, wondering, will he drop names? Will he spill secrets? Or will he just sit back and let the fear do the talking? Either way, something big is brewing and everyone can feel it. That's why 50's warning didn't feel like some rapper throwing shots. It felt like a boss checking an employee. It was that cold, know your lane type of energy. No yelling, no diss tracks, just pure authority. It's the difference between someone trying to prove they're real and someone who's already proved it 1,000 times over. And according to insiders, this wasn't random at all. 50 had been hearing Jim's slick little comments for months. Sneaky shade toward Maya, Cameron, and now him. All from the same Harlem circle that used to stand tall together. Folks in the industry are saying Jim's been poking too many legends from the same tree, and now the branches are breaking under him. People online even started calling him Harlem's noisy neighbor, joking that he talks more than he raps these days. The memes were brutal. Clips of him doing interviews instead of dropping tracks with captions like, "Outside again, but no hits in sight." But the real issue runs deeper than jokes. Jim's trying too hard to prove something that doesn't need proving. He keeps reminding everyone how outside he is, how real Harlem he stays. But in 2025, that street talk doesn't hit the same. The game's evolved. It's not about who's hanging on the block anymore. It's about who's building empires. The culture's moved from street corners to boardrooms, and that's where 50's dominance shines brightest. He turned his pain into power, his past into profit. When 50 dropped that warning, fans said it felt like a flashback, like the old get rich or die trying 50 had returned for a quick moment. The tone, the confidence, the mystery, it brought that same chill that made him untouchable back in the day. It reminded everyone why his name still carries weight in every room he walks into. Because 50 doesn't argue, he calculates. When he moves, it's strategic. Every post, every quote, every silence has a purpose. And that's what has everyone on edge right now. Nobody knows if he's planning to drop receipts, tell all stories, or just sit back and let the tension simmer. But one thing's for sure, he's got everyone talking again just by saying a few words. That's power most rappers will never have. So now, the question's floating heavy in the air. Will Jim Jones bite back? Or will he finally step back before 50 reminds the world why he's not the one to test? Because in this new era of rap, there's no need for violence. Reputation hits harder than bullets. And 50's reputation, it's bulletproof. So yeah, this whole thing isn't just another online moment. It's a reminder of how legends move. Jim might have stirred up some drama, but 50 turned it into a statement. And that's why even after 2 decades in the game, he still runs it like a boss. Let me know what you think. Did Jim go too far this time? Or is 50 just flexing his power again? Drop your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild hip-hop stories, and I'll catch you on the next one.